Hello, 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 hello. This is Extreme Orange. Welcome to the Extreme Exchange. Today I'm joined with good friends from Primus here, Brendan. Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of the Extreme Exchange. Today's guest is none other than the amazing Aiken Chia. Say hi.
Hey, hello everybody. Thank you so much for having me.
So, for those of you who don't know, he is the executive producer, account manager, and an actor for Night Owl Cinematics, also known as NOC, on YouTube. Out of the many things that NOC does, Aiken is the host of Food King, which is a series where they explore the best food dishes in Singapore. He's also part of Reno King, which is another series where they venture into the undiscovered homes of Singapore. I'd be surprised if you don't already know NOC, but do check them out if you haven't. I'll put a link in the description. So very happy to have you on the show, Aiken.
I'm so happy to be here. I jump at the opportunity to talk about my faith anytime there is one. So thanks for having me.
I wanted to ask if you had any like handles or tips to maybe guard against the things like the things of the flesh that could come towards you when you rise to a bit of fame.
Yeah. I would say like for my journey, I grew up with just I'm so blessed to have like a very, very loving and close church community who really are who've really gone through like so much with me, and who bother to love me even with like when it's difficult, and to call me out on different things. And so I have a group of people who are in that sense like never impressed by me. I'm just the kid who grew up in church with them, and they know what I do, but they are definitely not impressed in a good way. I mean, they are like happy, but they are not like, wow, he's a star. They don't. And I think it's so important to have that community, because I know that there are times where I am tempted to be obnoxious or tempted to be blah blah blah, and these people who I trust and who I love so much and who love me keep me in check. And I think it's not just where it comes to career, but it's everything in life. And I do life in general with all of these people, with my leaders, with my so like for example, this week I've met up with one of my leader friends, someone who I would consider a mentor. Work through like really difficult things in like that I was going through. Next week I'm meeting somebody else. It's just this community of people who I can totally be myself with, 100% transparent and honest, receiving their love, encouragement, but also their correction, their discipline in that sense. And so I would say really surround yourself with good community.
Right.
And the other thing I would say is like to just really pursue being loved by God. And I say that because the love of God, right, is so much more compelling than money, fame, or anything this world can provide you. Like,
Amen.
When I am in my room alone with him, when I feel his presence on me, when I feel like the blessing of the Father, when I feel the depth of our relationship, I think to myself like sometimes like I can't believe I found it. I can't believe that I have this, with him. And because your eyes are open to that love, right, everything else will not even come close.
Pales in comparison.
Totally pales in comparison to like his great love. And these are things that nobody would see. Nobody would see me in my room crying or kneeling or praying. These are things that are cultivated in really the unseen, like what Jesus said, right? Go close the door behind you, and your Father in heaven will reward you. And I used to think like, oh, he'll give me something, but the reward is him. He is the reward. He is the goal, and he is the true joy and satisfaction. And history, like we talk about like philosophy or history, right, or intellect, right? history has shown you that this does not work. Money, fame, fortune does not work. If it does, and if it's if it does, we won't have people like every other day somebody is killing themselves when they've got it all.
Correct.
And it just goes to show that if we are smart, if we are insightful, if we can draw from these experience, we will know that these are wells that we don't have to dig at. Yeah,
definitely. Wow, that's really well said. I mean, so community for one, you said, right? And then really realizing how much greater God's love is compared to anything else that the world can provide. I think one last thing, you did mention this before, it was, and I was really impressed by it, that you said that you are completely at peace with the fact that wherever God calls you to go, or whatever God gives and whatever he takes, you will follow through. I think that's, I mean, for me, that's one of the biggest reasons why you are able to stay grounded. It's because, at least for me also, I know that whatever I have now is not mine to have, right?
Yeah.
It is all given by God, and
yeah,
I mean, he can give and he can take away. So
Yeah.
realizing that the money and the fame and the success is all provided by him really helps you to make sure that you don't develop the heart of like coveting things, like, oh, it's mine,
Totally.
and if I lose it, then what's gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here and have this conversation with me. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I guess I look forward to more conversations with other people and with you in the future, maybe. But yeah,
Thank
so
you.
I'll see you in the next episode of the Extreme Exchange. Bye bye.
Bye.